Gi-hun's story finally wraps up in Squid Game Season 3 on Netflix. With almost nothing left to lose, he's drawn back into the deadly games, only this time, he's on a mission. After surviving the first round untouched, he returns with a plan to take the system down from the inside. But as Season 3 unfolds, it becomes clear the games are far more vast and dangerous than anyone imagined. And unfortunately for Gi-hun, he's still playing catch-up in a battle that seems impossible to win. The final season ends on a heavy note, yet fans are still buzzing with hope for more. After all, Squid Game is one of Netflix's biggest shows ever. So why would the creators decide to end it now, especially when the momentum is still going strong? The answer is a bit deeper than expected. In the world of television, there's always a fine line between going out strong and overstaying your welcome. Many iconic shows have been ruined by stretching out their stories just to keep cashing in. Creator Hwang Dong-hyuk didn't want Squid Game to suffer the same fate. From the start, Squid Game wasn't just a thrilling drama. It was a personal story inspired by Hwang's own struggles in a society dominated by inequality and economic pressure. He began developing the concept as early as 2009, and it took more than a decade to bring it to life. When the series finally dropped in 2021, it exploded in popularity. Netflix quickly ordered a second season, and not long after, it was confirmed that Season 3 would be the last, even before it aired. That's because Seasons 2 and 3 were always designed as two sides of one story. They were split for strategic reasons, to give viewers time to digest the plot and build even more hype. But in reality, Hwang saw this as the natural conclusion to Gi-hun's journey. He's been clear that continuing the story into a fourth season didn't feel right. In fact, he's admitted that trying to push the narrative any further started to weigh him down. He also made it clear that just because Season 3 leaves a few questions unanswered, doesn't mean those questions need to be resolved. For him, this is the end of the line for Gi-hun, and for this specific arc of Squid Game. Behind the scenes, Hwang's commitment to the project took a real toll on him. While shooting the very first season, he reportedly broke multiple teeth due to the stress and intensity of filming. By the end of Season 2, he'd lost 2 more. After years of pushing himself to the limit, he's choosing to focus on his health and close this chapter. But here's the twist. Just because the main series has ended doesn't mean the Squid Game universe is done. Hwang has teased that he's interested in revisiting this world, just not in the way fans might expect. He's particularly intrigued by what happens between the games, especially the time period between Seasons 1 and 2. During that gap, Gi-hun is tracking down the mysterious recruiter. But what were those recruiters doing during that time? What was Officer Hwang Jun-ho's brother, In-ho, the frontman, up to? What's life like for the masked guards outside the arena? Hwang says he's given these ideas a lot of thought, and while nothing is confirmed yet, he's open to exploring them when the time feels right. In the meantime, Netflix is moving forward with something completely new, an American remake of Squid Game. Rumored to be produced by David Fincher, this reimagining is already in development. We even got a sneak peek at the end of Season 3, which hints at what this US version might look like. 6 months after the last games, the frontman is seen traveling to Los Angeles, where he quietly delivers Gi-hun's winnings to his daughter. But something strange happens on his return. He notices a familiar sight. Someone playing the same mysterious envelope game that first sucked Gi-hun into the nightmare. In this brief but powerful scene, the recruiter appears to be played by none other than Cate Blanchett. She locks eyes with the frontman before vanishing into the crowd. It's a small teaser, but one that packs a punch. It strongly suggests we're entering a new phase of Squid Game 1, tailored for Western audiences, with a fresh storyline and a new cast of players. So far, Netflix hasn't released official details about the plot, characters, or premiere date. But if the spin-off does feature a star like Cate Blanchett, it's clear they're going big. Whether or not she's confirmed, the final scene of Season 3 paints a clear picture. This new version of Squid Game is coming, and it's going to be very different. As for the frontman, we've seen a major evolution in his character. While he started out as the face of the system's cruelty, later episodes reveal that he was once just another desperate contestant, much like Gi-hun. His transformation into a cold, calculated leader didn't happen overnight. It was born from despair, disillusionment, and the seductive pull of power. That's what makes Squid Game so compelling. It's not just about who lives or dies. It's about what people are willing to sacrifice to survive. We see this with In-ho. He began with noble intentions but slowly lost his way. His story mirrors how institutions manipulate people, making them feel powerful while stripping them of their humanity. And then there's Gi-hun, who refuses to play by the rules. His resistance and his ultimate sacrifice show that one person can still shake the system no matter how strong it seems. At its core, Squid Game is a biting critique of capitalism. It forces viewers to ask themselves, how much control do we really have over our own lives? Just like the players, we're led to believe we have choices, that we can win if we just work hard enough. But the truth is, the game is rigged and the odds are never in our favor. So let's be clear. There will be no Squid Game Season 4. Creator Hwang Dong-hyuk confirmed that Season 3 is the final chapter. While some viewers might wish for more, he believes the story has reached its natural end. That doesn't mean the world of Squid Game is gone forever, but this specific narrative, Gi-hun's story, is finished. That said, Hwang has expressed curiosity about developing spin-offs. During the creative process, he often wondered what life was like for the people behind the scenes. What do the recruiters do when they're not playing the envelope game? What motivates the guards and officials? These are the kinds of questions that could shape future stories in the Squid Game universe. So even if Gi-hun's journey is over, the legacy of Squid Game is far from finished. Whether through a US remake, character spin-offs, or new players in the same deadly system, this universe still has more to offer. Until then, one thing is certain. Squid Game didn't just tell a story, it started a conversation about power, inequality, survival, and what it truly means to win.